Alright, how's it going, guys? We're back. Some more GT6. And all of my aluminum hydroxide has ran except for the 9 that's left in here. I'm going to do a video explaining the setup, seeing how it was in like a hour-long video with a bunch of other stuff. So if anybody needs a little bit more detailed build of it or explanation of it, I'm not really going to tear it all out and rebuild it, but I'll kind of show, how I came about it. And we've got two different projects. I'm not sure if we're going to get both of them done today, but we're going to see what we can do here. And the first thing I want to work on is the autoclave here, because we need to know if it is possible for this to run. So I have a possible detector, and we're going to stick that right there. And rather than getting one out of my backpack, I still have that one and that one. And I needed to disconnect that wire right there. I've cleaned up most of the redstone mess here. I still need to flatten that pipe out. Alright, so now we're going to put this back in there. And we want the accept cover on this side. And we want that connected. And then I think we're going to put this, at least for now, on the front. So use my wire lamp here. Now that should say it's possible to run. My guess is that it's not saying it's possible because of the fluid. It doesn't have enough steam. Let's check that, because I didn't actually think about that when I thought about setting this up. Which means that I'm going to need to also have an item detector. Because my original idea was that I would have it check if it's possible to activate the thing to turn on the igniter, to turn on the boiler. But we're also going to have this, which will turn it off. So I was going to have and we might have to do an item meter to detect if there's items in here. Rather than if it's possible. And the problem is we don't have a detector for that. Our detectors are success, processing, running, and possible. And as far as item, the only real items we have are, as these are our, yeah, see, we have the possible, the running, processing. That's progress, which isn't going to do us any good. And then the success, it says when it's done. And then we have the itemometer that we use for most things. Which I can never find that damn thing by typing in item. So we'd have to use like a lightweight-o-meter, or what I would probably use is, where in the hell is it? Chrome, Gibble, item. There it is, item-o-meter. I'll probably use one of those. Alright, so we're filling up on Steam. And we should see that light turn on when it's possible to run this. There are way too many of these in here. $96. Okay. There we go. Light turns on when it has enough and while it's running. Now we could set it to when it's not possible to run, but that could also mean that it doesn't have the items it needs. So that wouldn't work either. So we're going to need to do an item-o-meter. Just thinking, we could do like a fluid meter too. But I don't know where I would put it to do so. Alright. Let's come back to this one. I'm going to let it run so it can get some of that out of there. We'll come back to this one in another video. I want to work on getting this dealt with because we don't have our stuff coming in here, and this pipe should be good and empty, which it is. So we're going to take that out, and I made a inventory and tank extender, and we're going to put that right there. And we're going to have it extend the input. Now, that will not pull anything that is items, but it will allow items to be pushed in. So the idea I have here is that the fluid can go in here and go in through the top, and we can have the items come in right here. That's the idea I have here. But we're going to have to bring the pipe over and then down right there. So let me see if I can find some pipes here. And we'll try this out. I thought I had made some more brass pipes the other day. And we got plenty of rose gold ones. But I don't see any brass ones. There we go. And even more rose gold ones. Now, we might end up using some of those. Alright, so if we come down here, I have this box right here with almost 9,000 of these. in there. And we need to run this over and into this hole. And this wire is going to end up getting buried eventually. But for right now, we can just come over and we'll go down right here. And then we need to run this. I'm going to say we're going to run it right here on this line because this should be pretty much free and clear of bullshit. By the way, we'll get back to this. I do believe I have it fixed now that I have a fourth centrifuge over there. I did go ahead and test it out just a bit to check. Crap, we've got a lot of stuff in the way there. Let's go here. And it ran just fine, but now we're kind of full on power. So I can't really test it much more at the moment. So we're going to switch gears and start setting up some stuff to use said power. And then we will check it out again and see if that's going to work. I'm also thinking that it's going to be a really good idea to put in a tank for the lava because this is going to run pretty fast. It's going to use a butt ton at a time, and I think it would be better to have it basically on demand rather than it coming over by the tank cart. All right, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and just use these rose gold ones. Doesn't really matter. I will make up some brass and change these out because I don't need these down here. But just to get this done for right now, because this is a project that has been incomplete for a long damn time, and I want to get it done. All right. So now we need our monkey wrench. Tell that to output to the bottom there. Now we just need to go up right here. Over, and as soon as we do that, in it goes. All right, so we got a nice stack in there. It's going to start processing through that, which will put all of our stuff down there where it needs to go. Sulfuric acid will come back up, and all of our items will end up over here waiting to be shredded. Beautiful. That'll work. All right, so at least one thing I wanted to do today got done. So now we have automated that part. So the only thing we have left to finish on automating our bauxite is getting this bad boy to not be a pain in my butt. Alright, so take that back off. Pop that off. And put this back in so it doesn't mess with everything running. And I'm going to go ahead and probably make another one of these itemometers. And actually, let me try something real quick, because we should be able to take that off. And use this activity detector on here, because right now this is not running because we don't have anything in the box. But here we do have some sitting there waiting to go. So if I just take this and I run it back here and get a few more of these, and then we can put this out and connect it here. There's the ignition. Now that will tell us if it's possible to run if the items are in here rather than if they're in the chest, so we don't have items just sitting in the dryer up to a full stack. So that'll work. So then we just need to figure out where we're going to put this item sensor. I could put it right here on the front. Just a screwdriver real quick. And if we set this there, now that's saying that there's 64 items in there. So it's only detecting the bauxite, I think. Which is good, which is what we want it to detect. But it's just kind of strange that it's not detecting the... Oh, because those aren't in there right now because they're being ran. Okay, well that might actually be a good thing. Hold on a minute. If I turn this off... And by the way, if anybody's wondering why I can access this through the back, the pipe on the back is a rubber pipe, and we can actually reach past those. So see, now we have 3 of those and 64 of those, which should mean it now reads 67. That will work, because then we can say if it is greater than 64. Well, wait a minute. To run, what do we need? Bauxite. Oh, we don't really want it to run unless we have a good amount. You need 2, so you need 5 items in there. So we could say if there are more than 5 items, but we really don't want to do that. We don't want to run this unless there's like a good stack. So yeah, we could use it right there. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me go craft something real quick. I have an idea. Okay, so this is an inventory extender. This is what we're going to try to use. By the way, I found my brass. I had actually not pulled it out of the box and turned it into pipes yet, so I'm getting that turned into pipes. I'll switch these pipes out when we get done. All right, I wanted to see if this was done running through those yet so I could turn the centrifuge on because they're going to take a bit. All right, so now if I pull that off, that on there, going in that way, I should be able to detect that right there. So then we can still get in here and be able to see what's going on. And that gives me a little bit more room to mess around here. So what we want to do is, if there's 70 items inside of there, we want it to kick this on. So we need to set this to, and I'll do greater than and just say greater than 60 items. So if we have more than 60 items inside of there, then this should give us a redstone signal out right here. Get my light. There we go. All right, so that does that. Now, we could put that straight into here. But if we do so, then it's going to sit here and tick whenever we have more than 60 items in there. And we should always have 64. What if we do this? That's not it. If we set it to greater than 64, because I can do an AND gate thing as well, but I'm trying to keep from having to do that. And see, right now, oh, it's going to do it because it's still got them in there. Son of a bitch. I am going to have to do this the way I was thinking. Which means I'm going to have a big old mess of stuff out here. Because this boiler can go just a little bit longer than what the steam can run through the autoclave. It takes like a day or two, 24 hours straight running almost. I can't remember exact timing here. But it will eventually start building up pressure. That's why we have the gibbelometer over here set to 81. So as soon as it's over pressure, it'll turn off our burning box with the piston that's under this block. But we need to be able to detect. Actually, I do believe I tried this in the last one. And that is, I should be able to put a running detector, which is repeaters, on the burning box. So we can do a detection if it is running. Grab a couple of repeaters here. So we need that, those, and that. I do believe I did this in season 2 for burning hydrogen. So it wouldn't be trying to ignite if it's running. So we put that there, and that should give us a positive reading if it is true. Okay. So if we put the light there, it's going. All right. And if we block it, it goes off. All right. So, oh yeah, this has to be a wrench, doesn't it? So then we need, if items are above 64 and burning box is not running, ignite the igniter. So that should be... Is there any way for me to get... There is no way for me to get to the back of that. I think I'm going to have to do this down... There's like no room under there, is there? Yeah, there's enough room to put a redstone in there. All right. I'm gonna have to bury this in the floor, I think. Let me see here. Me out a little hole here. Down away from everything. This is where it'd be really nice if Greg would make that block we've been asking for, where we could do a complex circuit inside of one block. All right, so first off, my inventory is a mess. Let's get some garbage out of my inventory so I can actually do something here. Disconnect that, and we want to bring this down, and we also want to take that off, and we want to put it there, and then we need to get this. No, that's not the one we want. Hold on. We need to get this one down here. All right. Connect that. Disconnect that. So we need a AND gate. And we need the AND gate to go right up and into there. So we should have... should currently have a signal coming in from that. Ugh. Why do we not have a signal coming in from that? Doesn't look like it's lit. Yeah. It's not lit. Why is that not lit? Oh, because I disconnected it up top. The very top one, I do believe I disconnected. Let's go find out. Yep, this one. There we go. All right, we want to turn that off for the moment. Hey. Watching that wire right there. There we go. Now it's off. Okay, now we have a signal. That's what I wanted to see. All right, so we got our signal there. We don't have a signal here, which we did just have a minute ago. So we need to know that like that. And we need to use a heater. That way the signal does not go back through, but it can come in. So now if we get a signal here, it's going to give us power here. If we have signal here, we're going to have it there. See, we have nothing there, but we do there. So now that would ignite it. But if we have a signal coming down from there, it's not going to change anything. We need to make sure it is an and. And I know how to do the vanilla one. I'm trying to remember how to do it with the single block. It should be, if I'm remembering correctly, think here. I'm thinking if we invert this, right now we have no signal. This turns on. No, we need a torch back here, right? I'm not the greatest with redstone, damn it. All right, give me a second. I'm going to go watch my own damn video, and I'll link it to you guys so you can watch it on how to make a damn AND gate. Give me a second. Okay, I was half right and mostly wrong. Let's fix this. All right, so I need 2 blocks. Need that there. And then I need, well, we're going to connect this one to this block. Those across. And then we need a redstone torch going there and into that block. So this is one input, this is the other input. And then to make it, because as of right now, this is a, I guess, inverted OR gate. So signal coming in will turn off this torch. Signal coming in here will turn off that torch. And I do want to do a repeater there. I want to see if this works. Because that should block signals going backwards. So, as of right now, we have our items in here. And if we check our light, we have signal coming down. And if we check our light here, we don't, because it's not running. Now, and that's keeping the signal going through there. If we check here, it's on. Now, that should mean that we're actually not getting signal through there because of that repeater, though. It's blocking the signal coming through there the wrong way. Can I put the repeater on the other side? No. No, I can't. Okay. Because basically what that's going to do is it's going to block the signal. We're not going to have a signal here right now because it's inverted. We're going to have to invert our signal when it comes out of here. But I need this one to not be... I should be able to do it here, right? Turn that off, because this doesn't have a signal. This does have a signal. But if we do this, we have a signal going across there. And what we do to make this an and, because right now it's an or, because that signal, that redstone will be on right now because we have a signal there. And we could do the same thing on the other side, and it's going to do the exact same thing. But if we do this and put a redstone signal or redstone torch there, we do a redstone torch here. It should need both of these to turn on that torch, which right now it doesn't. Hold on, let me think. That is the way I had it set up in the video. Go reproduce it up here where I'm not in a damn hole. So it was block there, wire going into each one, wire in between. That was going to a separate block. Redstone torch there. And I gotta go grab a couple covers. Give me just a second. All right, this video is getting a little long. I'm going to end here. This is going to take a little bit of me thinking and maybe calling in a favor with Net. I'm going to do a little bit of testing up here with this one and see if I can work it out. And then I'll be back in the next one to show you what I ended up with. See you guys next time.